That quote attributed to an American senator at the start of the 20th century. And that is the topic of today's TNT. We're going to be looking at two particular incidents that have been reported by both sides during the past couple of, it's nearly a week now. So let's go to the first one and see the way that this story was covered by, in this case, Khmer Times. And without much comment, we'll go through some of the key paragraphs. Headlined, Cambodian Army stays vigilant to protect national sovereignty. Khmer Times, one of the two most read publications in Cambodia, owned by a Malaysian company. And senior Cambodian military and Ministry of Defence officials have informed military attachés and diplomats from 13 countries that Thai soldiers illegally captured several Cambodian troops, one of whom escaped and two feared dead. And this report coming from Prayer Vahia yesterday. The incident reportedly took place during a planned post-ceasefire handshake between troops from both sides. And according to the Cambodian military, when Cambodian soldiers approached to exchange greetings with their Thai counterparts, in line with the spirit of the ceasefire, Thai forces suddenly turned their weapons on them and arrested them without provocation. And according to Major General Chan Sopig Tra, who was the spokesperson, one of our soldiers managed to flee. We suspect two others may have died, but the rest are still being held by the Thai military with no signs of release as of this afternoon. And the disclosure was made during a formal visit by senior Ministry of National Defence officials who led the delegation of foreign diplomats, military attachés and international partners to monitor the situation and verify implementation of the ceasefire agreement. We go now to the Phnom Penh Post. Their headline for this incident, lawmaker calls for release of captured soldiers. And we'll accompany this Phnom Penh Post article with a video shot by journalist Sun Narin and posted on YouTube. And Cambodia has asked for the release of a group of nearly 20 soldiers who were taken prisoner by Thai soldiers on July 29, hours after the ceasefire began. And a member of the Cambodian National Assembly said that they are in the custody of the Thais. At least they confirmed that they had them. And he explained that the Thai soldiers came onto Cambodian territory, seemingly for a friendly talk, then levelled their weapons and forced the surrender of the troops. And then in this Phnom Penh Post article, he addressed a question a lot of people have been asking as to why the Cambodian government or military haven't been releasing toll figures about the deaths and the injured on their side. And Yara also explained that out of respect for the dead and wounded, as well as the current ceasefire, military and civilian casualty figures will be released in the future. He added that the figures are not being kept secret to avoid affecting public opinion. He expressed his wish to see neutral observers posted to keep an eye on the border situation to ensure the ceasefire is upheld. But that incident on July the 29th and many others being reported quite differently from Thai media. And we'll report about exactly the same incident and we'll refer to, for a start, the Bangkok Post. Thai Army detains 18 Cambodian soldiers. And the Royal Thai Army is holding 18 Cambodian soldiers who surrendered following a border clash in Sisaket province, according to an army spokesman. Major General Wintai Suvari, the army spokesperson, said that Thailand's 2nd Army region reported the detention following the fighting in the border area. And during the operation, some Cambodian soldiers, according to the Bangkok Post report, surrendered without showing any threatening behaviour towards Thai forces. The unit disarmed and detained them following proper procedures. The 18 detainees included 1 sub-lieutenant, 2 sergeant majors, 2nd class, 12 sergeants, 2 corporals and 1 private. 1 soldier was wounded by gunfire in the right hip and left arm and was taken for surgery. And it says that 2 Cambodian soldiers were found dead in the area. All detainees are currently held at a secure facility under the 2nd Army region, and they're being treated according to international military standards and humanitarian principles. And checking reporting from Nation Thailand about that same incident, 18 Cambodian troops surrender in Sisaket border clash. And it says that 18 Cambodian soldiers surrendered to Thai forces on Tuesday morning. and that the surrender followed an incident in which Cambodian troops fired artillery and projectile weapons from a position near the border into Thai territory. In response, the Second Army deployed a cavalry battalion task force, and they successfully overran the Cambodian position and encountered 18 soldiers who surrendered without resistance. And then another report from nation Thailand. Thai Army expects to return 18 Cambodian soldiers once permanent ceasefire holds. And apparently a photo there of the Cambodian detainees. And down the bottom, the Army spokesperson expects that once permanent ceasefire is confirmed, Thailand will proceed with the repatriation of the soldiers in line with its international obligations. One incident on July the 29th, two totally different recollections of what was happening. And this is the problem that we're all having, trying to figure out what is actually happening along the Thai border. Because we're being fed information mostly from spokespeople from the Thai Army or from the Cambodian Army. Now, there are independent journalists who are getting into these areas, probably more so recently than in the first couple of days. And I'll explain at the end of this video where I think you can probably find the most accurate reporting about this particular situation. We'll now move on to the second incident, which was the shelling of a 7-Eleven in the Sisaket province. And it also elicited a wide range of reporting. But one thing that we can agree on is that certainly elicited the most vigorous response from the Thai military, including shelling of Cambodian military targets just across the border by the Royal Thai Air Force. Most of the reporting at the time said that Russian-built BM-21 rocket launchers just inside the Cambodian border were used to fire into Thai territory. And at the time, the reports were that 6 people were dead and 2 injured as a result of that incident. And very quickly after, there started surfacing, I suppose, all you could describe as conspiracy theories, saying that in fact it was Thai-friendly fire, that there's no way the rocket launchers could have served their rockets so far into Thai territory. Well, let's just check the facts on that. And we referred to Google Maps and we checked the PTT station. Now, most PTT petrol stations around Thailand do have an accompanying 7-Eleven with them. And this is the station where the 7-Eleven was that was hit, and we can see down the bottom of that map the Thai-Cambodian border. So how do we know this is in fact the station? Well, you can check from the Google Maps and you can refer to almost exactly the same angle that was shown in the video of that particular 7-Eleven next to the PTT station. And we note if we zoom in a little bit further that that particular station is temporarily closed at the moment. So let's just check on Google Maps exactly how far that particular station is away from the Thai-Cambodian border. And according to Google Maps, it's just over 22 kilometres. So let's just check a bit of information about the Russian-built BM-21 Grad rocket launcher. It says that the original Grad rocket had a range of about 20 kilometres, that's 12 miles. The first modification, called the GM, increased the range to about 27.5 kilometres. Then there was another generation that could go 40 kilometres, and then the latest one that goes 52 kilometres. Well, exactly which version of the BM-21 rocket launcher was being used, I don't know. Given that it's 2025, it's probably unlikely that they were using one of the 1960 versions. Bottom line is that it's likely that the PTT station and the accompanying 7-Eleven that was hit were pretty much within reach of the Cambodian border. And just some interesting analysis from ChatGPT on this, which summarises the situation fairly well. And it says that if the 7-Eleven in Sisaket was hit by a BM-21 rocket, it was well within range if fired from Cambodian territory, especially near Preah Vihear. But it notes that such a strike would likely have been accidental, noting that in such a case it would have been irresponsible or reckless under international law. And it says that the BM-21s lacked GPS or modern guidance, meaning poor accuracy, especially in civilian adjacent areas. Well, I think at best we could probably assume that the direct hit on the 7-Eleven was an accident. As to why Cambodians should be firing into a populated area in Sisaket, well, there's other questions to be asked there. But there's two incidents, and the ways that they've been reported variously, I think we need to be very, very careful as to who we're listening to. Now, my feeling on the matter, and having watched a lot of media over the past week, is that the reporting from CNA, Channel News Asia, has been excellent. They do have journalists on the ground, and they've been giving very detailed and unemotional accounts of what's happening on both sides of the border. Channel News Asia coming from Singapore. Be very interested to hear your comments about where you've been getting your information, the way that you see the various biases, and perhaps other media organisations that you've been relying on for reporting during this time. Thanks for watching. Hopefully that might have been interesting. Please subscribe to the channel, and we do look forward to seeing you next time.